We are not able to hear you, Rukmini ji. No. Okay. Some issue maybe. Okay, we'll go to. Yeah. I think Baswaraj, I think your roll number is 4, right? Maybe.
Is it any better now? No.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you now.
You can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
Namaskar. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Bahu Samyak.
I can't hear you guys.
So I assume you guys have practiced some conversation beforehand, right? Before I joined also. Yeah. In fact, I was observing. So I noticed, few things were going on. So in fact, if you can, there were only few of you. If you can more join and more do it, right? Then the point is we can do other topics in our session. So I don't need to spend much time because I can see you are able to manage yourself. You are able to do good conversation. And you're able to correct also. I could see that. So that is fine. So in fact, for timing, for today, I think what I will do is I'll typically introduce some new words, new sentences, and I'll leave it with you. So if you find that no, that's not working, our conversation is not going much better kind of thing, then let me know. Again, we can do it, or we'll see. If towards the end we have some time, maybe we can spend some time on that, right? Otherwise, our pace would be very slow kind of.
Tortoise.
Yeah. So in fact, now I think we are all comfortable with each other, so it's okay. I can, and because I see that comfort, if I go too fast or something, you immediately say just hold on, slow down kind of thing. So you can do that. Feel free to do that. So today what I'm going to introduce, one more sentence I'm going to introduce to you. So I'll just share my screen. And that is again, if you see the sentences which I introduce are something which I expect you to speak regularly. So this is a very interesting sentence. Okay. So our today's sentence is this. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can anyone read this out? What is this?
Mama ekaha.
Mama ekaha
Prashnaha asti.
Prashnaha asti.
Any guess what does this mean?
I have a question.
I have one question.
Yeah, I have one question. So typically we very often ask, right? I have a doubt.
Yes. Mama eka.
Okay.
So you can use this.
Mama
ekaha
eka prashnaha asti.
Ekaha
Prashnaha asti.
prashnaha asti.
So now you see this mama is we have used this mama anywhere else.
Yeah.
Do you remember anywhere else?
Mama nama.
Mama nama.
Mama nama.
So typically it's like mine, me. So here my I have matlab have something, right? So it's my in Hindi we can say mere ek prashna hai. So mera is like mine. So that is how the mama word is used. And in fact, cha I already said. So cha is and, api is also.
Yeah.
And there is one more interesting one which might be pretty useful. It is.
Mahoday, I have a question.
Yeah.
Mama ekaha prashnaha asti.
Eka prashna mama asti, can we say?
Yeah.
Can you repeat again?
Ek prashnah mama asti. Can we say?
Yeah, that's etat api samyak. So etat api samyak.
That is also right. That's
Yeah.
also good. Okay.
See, these are keywords. If you are like able to get this, no, you will realize that in our class we are able to talk quite a bit in Sanskritam.
So,
So if you're comfortable with the person, instead of saying Mahodaya, Mama ekah prashnah asti, I can say Mahodaya ekah prashnah asti. That's also okay. I don't have to say I have a
Mama.
question.
Yeah, that is fine. It's just that I want you to use
No more words.
more
More
of the words.
Okay.
So
Got
we get conversant about it. That's all. In fact, Sanskritam, you will realize as we go along, you can use very, very short forms and it means the whole thing which you want to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
For example, if you remember, in fact, mama nama, that is what we use. But then I also asked Bhavan Kaha.
Kara.
Then
Yeah.
then we replied, right? Aham balaka, asmi, and all those things.
Yeah.
You don't need to say all those things.
Us. Yeah.
You can just say aham balaka. That is also good enough. Okay. So again, there are, because what happens, there is a lot of redundancy in sentence when we say all those things. So
Yeah.
there are few things we even if we say that is good enough kind of thing. So
When the
Can I
meaning is
take a-
understood, you don't have to say it.
Can I take a guess at this one, Mahodaya?
Yeah, go ahead.
Eva means and.
No, and is we used last time.
Sure.
Ah,
Yeah, and
Eva
was-
here
means
is and. Okay.
Eva
Only-
means only.
Only.
Also, no. Evam
yeah, people have already guessed it.
Only. yeah.
Only.
Only.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
only.
only. Okay. Only.
Okay. So, in fact, these are like small short fillers we'll need very often. So that's what I thought I'll introduce these three.
Oh, then you used another word, etat or something, to say that.
Yes.
That also.
So we'll that is the key topic today. We are going to introduce few things. So we'll use all those things. So I thought I'll use that word and then introduce.
Okay.
Mama ekah prashna asti.
Prichatu.
From last class, Kshamyatam, I couldn't attend the last class because I was traveling, but I've gone through the video and I couldn't understand this. Bhavan Kaha is who are you or what are you?
Both. It means both. So it based on the context of discussion, conversation, we can actually reply to it. Okay. So in fact, if you understand, who are you also we typically intend, like what are you doing? Like
Doing.
who are you? Are you an engineer or what you are kind of thing like that, right? And what are you also like, so what are you doing? Like, so what are you? Are you an engineer, doctor and all those things? So the spirit is that only. We are trying to ask like, what do you do? But the point is the kaha word also stand for what, who. In English, if you want to translate literally, right, it means all those things. So that's why many times what we have to stick to Sanskritam only, and based on the context we have to start replying. So in fact, when I learned, right, our teachers were more into that mode that so they used to start teaching Sanskritam sentences and all those things, and we used to ask them, can you tell me what is the English meaning? Like, what are you trying to tell? Because you are telling you are giving all direction hints, but we are not able to get it. And then they will try to do some other thing, not answer in English. Okay. I was like, why is this? Why are they not telling us kind of thing? Then over a period of time, we realized that many times there is no exact translation. So that's why they try to avoid and things like that. So I hope,
Dhanyawad, Mohan.
yeah, dhanyawad. Yeah, any question or someone? I'm getting some sound, but I don't know who is.
Anjali madam could be on.
Anjali Mahode.
Oh, okay, okay. Anjali Mahodaya, yeah. So,
No,
do you have Prashna? Oh, I think you are talking to someone. Can you please mute yourself then? Anjali Mahodaya, can you please mute yourself? Yeah. So about the splitting of words which I gave you, so were you able to do all of them, or any doubts, any questions? Parvati Mahodaya, कृपया unmute करोतु.
मम एकः प्रश्नमस्ति.
पृच्छतु.
When do we use the visarga, or when do we use with the R sign? So the way I looked at it, if it ends in a consonant, you use the akara and the visarga, and if it ends in any swaraha, do you add the dots? Am I right or am I wrong?
So actually, the point is, it looked like this, and whatever your observation is correct only. Okay. But now the point is, what happens? Visarga always actually comes with the swaraha only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you put that circle and the dots. Yeah. So that circle is for any consonant, any it can be vyanjana or swara, right?
You're talking of two dots, right? Visarga.
Yeah, the two dots, visarga.
So visarga always comes after a swaraha.
Oh, okay. And the swaraha can be anything. It doesn't have to be akara.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
So in fact, when I also learned, I also confused. We learned as aha. So it is always and visarga, right? Why these all letters are coming in there?
Okay.
Now, I think because you asked this question, I can tell you now some detail about it.
Okay.
So and aha actually are not really swaraha.
Yeah, you told us that.
Okay. They are, that is what they call anuyog vaha. Okay. And do you know what is anuyog vaha? So basically they have
complementary.
They are like complementary kind of thing, and they have one speciality because of what they're called anuyog vaha. Their pronunciation, maybe 1 minute, the
garbage truck. We know your routine now.
Yeah, fine. So the speciality of these two anuyog vaha is that their sound is not permanent. Depending on the context, their sounds change. Okay, that is typically all the other letters we have learned. This is how it is to pronounce. This is all it is to pronounce. But these are two special ones where the context-based sound varies.
So only the swaras will change their pronunciation?
No, it depends on where are they used. So I'll just maybe, if you want, I can tell you that. Yeah. So for example, I'll take example for anuswaraha. If you remember, we said that if it is used before a vyanjanam, we need to replace by the fifth vyanjanam.
Yeah, that I got it in the head.
Yeah, because that is how the anunasika gets converted into the sound of that. So the sound varies, right? That was one example.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned all those things with the typically vyanjanam.
Yeah.
But then if anunasika comes before a swara, that I didn't tell you about.
No. No, you didn't.
I didn't tell you, and no one of you asked me also.
No, we're just taking in what you give us.
No, but the point is, when you're talking about one topic, you can say, you only told about this, what about the other one?
Yeah.
Right. So the point is, when you are talking about the swaraha, the sound is makara only. Like we say the ma, right? The makara is the sound.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't bother much, because the default sound we keep it as makara only. But the changes what we were there, we talked about it.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Now visarga also, like typically our sound is aha. Aha. So that's why and the point is actually they are just dot and double dot.
Yeah.
Because just alone dot and double dot we won't be able to pronounce. Matlab, we use the swara along with it.
Yeah.
Okay. And they are typically used along with the swara only. They are typically not alone kind of thing. Dot can be alone. Anuswara can be alone. We saw with vyanjanam and other things.
Yeah.
But visarga is always with a swaraha. So it will be either a plus visarga A
E.
plus visarga, E plus visarga, E
Okay.
plus usarga. All the swara can be followed by a visarga.
Okay.
So in fact, the words which I given you, I intentionally gave all those words with different swaras. If you see.
Yes. So if something is ihi, so I would put yakara plus akara plus ikara plus anuswara, or
Yes, you can do that. You
Ah.
can put ikara plus anuswara alone, or you can
ah,
put ikara with anuswara. Like
okay.
anuswara, aha, we put no. So
Yeah.
similarly, swara with anuswara is also fine.
Okay.
So what I'm telling is, let me just take
Yeah,
one
please.
words.
And one more before I forget was when to use the dot and when to use makara at the end.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Thank
So
you.
for example, these were the words I got the list, right? So for
Yes.
example, yeah, how will you break it? This one? This
We
one?
can't see your
Madhusha.
screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Kshamyata. Mhm. Are you able to see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, how will you break?
Can I try?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sakara plus akara plus sadhyaha. Dakara plus yakara plus visarga. They are with the two words, right? Yeah.
So you can write it like this, or
Yeah.
you can also write it like this.
Oh, okay. That's too complicated.
Yeah. So that's why this is okay. So this is fine. We typically write like this. This is also
Okay.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, my point is, even if you see like this, it is not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. This is also fine.
Yeah.
And this is also similar. So yeah.
My doubt would be like with Lakshmihi.
Yeah. So even nitihi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is
Nitihi. Yeah.
so maybe
Nakara plus
Nakara,
somebody
ikara.
else. Yeah.
anyone else can try?
Nakara.
Nakara.
Mahoday.
Nakara. E. Somebody
Okay.
say ikara.
Plus
Takara.
Yeah.
plus
Ikara.
E
Ikara.
and visarga.
Yeah. You can write like this, or you can also write it like this.
Yeah.
This is also fine.
Mahoday, can you go up to snusha?
Yeah. Yes.
I want to know this. First
So-
letter.
Sakara plus akara.
No
Plus
akara.
nakara.
No akara because the
Yeah.
half nakara plus ukara. Plus shakara plus akar. Sha plus a, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavada.
Chinta mastu.
So again, my question was, you can put only the visarga after a swara.
Svaraha. So if you
But
notice,
if it ends in a vyanjana, I have to put the akara and then put the,
yeah, because otherwise
Okay.
you can't pronounce it.
yeah, okay. That was my doubt. Thank you.
So there is an implicit akara. If you
Akara.
see it
Yeah,
after
in the
vyanjana,
others. Yeah,
It means there is a akara there.
okay. Thank you.
So-
Dhanyavadaha, Mahoday.
So now another thing, because I told you one important thing about ayogvaha is the pronunciation varies. So if you noticed, this is sadhyaha,
Yaha.
aha,
Yeah.
aha, right? So a is there, then ha. So typically visarga is ha sound, right? Very similar to ha, but the ha sound doesn't always remain ha. You just notice this, okay? This will be prataha, this will be rasvaha, this will be bhavatyaha,
Ha.
Ah.
Ha.
bhavatyaha. It became, see, typically the swaraha sound is added to the ha also. Okay, so now this, what will be this?
Nitihi.
Nitihi.
He.
He.
So it became he.
Nitihi.
Okay, I hope you see this thing. So whatever swara is used before visarga, the swara in the
Takes
utterance
ha.
is added with the Hakara also sound.
So it's nitihi.
Yeah, nitihi.
Nitihi. Yeah.
Oh,
Nitihi. It is
yeah,
not.
we're saying it but didn't register. Yeah.
Ah,
Read it as nitihi but didn't register the. Okay.
yeah. So that is
Thank
the sound.
Dhanyavadaha.
So that is what the difference is, that this sound differs depending on the usage, how you use it. Anusara I told, because with Vyanjana you use the Panchama Akshara and all those things.
Yeah.
Here this also. So that's why these two are called Anuyoga. So what about this?
Guruhu.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, when we say the prayer, we use that.
Yeah, Guru.
What about this?
Harehi.
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 Harehe.
Hey.
Hare.
Ekara is there, right? Harehe.
Yeah. Harehi. Maitraihi. Maitraihi. No, Maitraiha.
Mitro.
These two are
Mitrai.
Mitrai.
Ah, this,
Mitrai, right?
this, it is not this. It is basically this. Okay. Balakaihi.
Palakai.
So Aikara, you will have a Ikara sound at the end.
Oh,
So,
that's complicated.
Ah.
Why can't
so
it be I?
oh, sorry. No, I wanted to ask then Mitraihi, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am. Mitraihi.
Hmm.
So that was another
Interesting.
thing I found, so that we don't know how to pronounce it. We have not heard these words. So we don't know how to say it. So trying permutation, combination, and not very sure if you're saying it right.
So that's what I had an intention of putting all these words.
Is it okay, Mahodaya? Kshamyata if it's wrong, but I want to know if it is okay when I learn some new language, some word I want to use, I put it in Google, translate and listen how that sound is. Can we do that with Sanskrit also?
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. Okay.
That's okay. The point is, once you have learnt we have figured out the sounds of all swara, all Vyanjana.
Hmm.
Okay, so we know, and when we the swara is there, not there, Gunitaksara, Sanyuktaksara, we are able to figure out those basics, right? And the only thing left was the Anuswara and Visarga. So Anuswara also we have covered up to some level. Visarga today I have covered. So with this, you may not be needing any Google support. You should be able to figure out all the words.
महोदय मम एकः प्रश्नः.
Yeah.
ह्रस्वः शब्दः कथं लिखति?
Which one?
ह्रस्वः.
This one?
ह्रस्वः.
Yeah.
ह्रस्वः.
Can you tell me? Split it.
कथं लिखति? ह.
Hrusvaha.
अकार.
Hakara.
Refa.
रेफा.
Refa.
रेफा.
Sakara.
Kara.
Sakara.
Sakara.
अधिकं व. वकार. अधिकं अकार. अह. Right.
Visarga.
धन्यवादः.
So one more. Yeah. What about this?
Gauhi.
गौहः.
So now
Gauhi.
there is a pattern, right? This Aikara is there. And
Gauhai. Gauhai.
Gauhi.
गौहः.
I'll give a hint. I'll give a hint. So if you see, there is a pattern. A, I, O, Au. Right. So A was same, but I became Ihi.
E. Yeah.
Right? Hihi. And then, so O remains same, but Au will change. So what do you think it will change to?
Gauhi.
Gauhu.
Gauho.
Yeah, it is Gauhu.
Oh, Gauhu.
So
Not right.
EU is matching with.
Okay. Gauhu.
Yeah, it will be a Ukara sound.
Gauhu.
So that's all.
But
Because
when we
these are
split
also
it, we don't put the U sound, right?
Pardon?
When we split it, we put just the aksharas, not the what you hear, not the
Tell me what
pronunciation.
you split to it.
Yeah. Kakara plus aukara plus visarga.
Yeah.
But pronounce gauhu.
Yes.
Gauhu. So Au gets the U sound and I gets the E sound in the end.
Go.
Sir, for Visarga, we have to put only 2 dot or aha.
That depends on the context. So for example, here, it is not aha, it is ihi. There is no akara there. The swara is ikara there. Okay, here aha is there. So I know in our list we have not learned this letter.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's why I said you need to be now clear that anuswara and visarga as such are not swara actually.
Yeah.
Okay, they are just a dot and double dot. They are alone. Now we typically you need to use them with conjunction of something, and that's what I said. Visarga always goes with some swara. So to make it easy in the beginning, we just used it with the first swara aha. We said, but it actually can be not aha. It could be aha, aha, ihi, uhu, aihi, auhu. All those things are valid. And in that, you use the swara which is there. It's not a swara. A is only one possible case.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Again, if you have doubt, again, you can ask in again the class. That's okay. Don't worry that if I told something once, it's all done, written kind of thing. Nothing like that. Again, you may have further doubts. That's perfectly okay.
We can ask Mama Ekaha Prashnah.
Mama ekaha prashnaha asti mahoday. In that top one, there is a sh and a tha mixed. But bhojana something. Bhoja prashtaha. Poshtaha. Bhoja.
Bhojak. Okay.
Right now, right. No, below, little bit below.
This one.
Yeah. Bhoja prakoshtaha.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, Bhoja prakoshtaha.
Bhoja prakoshtaha. Somehow I feel like I've heard this before, but it's coming.
It's something to do with Bhojan. All of us have heard.
No, Sanskrit itself, because I've heard in my house so much. It seems like sounding correct to me, but yeah, okay. Only some words, so not everything.
Yeah. So in fact, that's what a lot of our Indian languages have a touch of Sanskrit, right?
Yeah.
Kimartha bhoja prakoshtha?
Prakoshtha is room. Bhoja is food.
Dining room.
Dining room. Oh. Got the first part, Bhojana.
That's the important part.
Yeah, very important.
Place. Mahodaya, I have a small doubt.
Prichatu.
Mahodaya.
There's a samyak nasti. Bhavan ekah prasnah asti.
Okay.
Asked Mama eka prasna.
Mama eka prasna.
Ekata prashna.
Ekata prasna.
Yeah, Prichatu.
Yeah, I have a doubt. One alphabet is there, compound alphabet. How to pronounce? You have to just guide me. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce, so I have written and I'm showing you. Yeah. This is what?
Just a minute. Let me.
Yeah. Jakara plus.
Yeah.
How to split this?
Jakara.
Cha, is it?
Anyone? How to split this?
Jakara plus.
Jakara plus yakara.
Nyakara plus akara.
Yes.
Okay. Cha.
Jakara
plus
nyakara. Akara.
Plus akara. And how to pronounce, Mahodaya?
So now the point is, if you pronounce as it is written, it will be nya. You start with ja, but nya, nose should come there.
Okay.
The point is, the nakara sound nasika is so strong that jakara gets suppressed. We are not able to hear that. Okay. So that's why what happens? Nya.
Like,
Okay.
And very
yeah,
often we say jnani, jnani.
jnanam. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right. The
Yeah.
nya came. So that's why many times what happens, we get confused also. Jnani means ga, gakara, yakara.
Okay.
Jnani.
Right. Very often we do that. So we say, oh, okay. It is gakara and yakara. Sorry. Chamela.
Jakara.
Yeah. Gakara, yakara.
Yeah.
Jnani, right? But it is
Okay,
not
okay.
Nya.
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 Yeah.
Jnani.
Nya.
Jnani.
Okay. Jnani.
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 In Punjabi, it will be Gyani, but in
Gyani.
rest of the our Indian words, I think it is Jnani.
Jnani. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nya.
So the J sound typically doesn't come. That's why the confusion becomes there. Jnani.
Yeah.
Jnani.
Dhanyavadam.
Astu Mahodaya. Okay. So now,
Mahodaya, can I have one doubt?
yeah.
Can you,
Ask
can
in
you just,
Sanskritam, then you can have it.
yeah, can you just write the word Vyanjanam?
They've written it so many times.
I
Yeah.
know.
Tell me. How do I write?
Vyanjanam, consonant, meaning consonant.
Yeah. You
Vyanjan.
tell me how do I write?
Vakara.
Half, I mean, Vakara.
Yeah. Let. I think Shankar Mahodaya is asking, right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Shankar Mahodaya, you only tell me.
Yeah, Vakara.
Yes.
Then Nyakara half, I mean, Nyakara again, Nyakara.
Vyanjanam.
Yeah, Nyakara. No. Okay. Jakara. Nakara plus Adhikam Nakara. Adhikam Makara.
You omitted almost all swaras. Without
Okay.
swara, how are you going to
Okay,
pronounce?
everywhere it is, everywhere you have to put akara.
No, that you tell me. I'll just type it. You just tell me. Okay, you just tell me. I'll just type it. Okay, sorry. It is this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So now tell me, Vakara is there. So after Vakara, is there a swara?
After Vakara, there is no swara.
After Yakara?
There is.
So don't miss that.
Akara. Plus.
Yeah. Then after Nyakara?
There is no swara.
Yes. After Jakara?
There is.
There is. After Nakara?
Yes, there is.
There is. After Makara?
After Makara, there is not.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to ask you here is, here in this case, the Nyakara precedes the Jakara.
Astu.
Whereas in the other case, when you wrote the Jnani,
Yes.
it is the Jakara which is preceding the Nyakara.
Yes.
Is that always so?
Yes. Because that is not Anuswaraha. Here it is Anuswara which gets converted.
I'm sorry, I have not understood that.
See, why is this Nyakara here?
It's because of the
Actually,
no sound, the nasal sound.
Actually, it is Anuswara here.
I see. Okay.
Okay, it is actually Vyanjanam. So Vyanjanam is like this, right?
Okay.
But then that's what the rule we learned. If there is a Anuswara and followed by a Vyanjanam, and the Vyanjanam, that line, we have to go to the fifth one and then replace that.
Yes.
So that is what the rule we followed here.
Correct. Okay.
But there, the point is, there it is not Anuswara. That letter itself is there.
Okay.
So that is not Anuswara. It's not this.
Okay.
Or anything. And the point is the Anuswara rule applies only when the Vyanjana followed, not the before.
Okay.
Actually, this letter only. Oh, sorry. Actually, this one only. Okay. And that is the reason why we have done is, in our alphabets, if you see, we have created a special symbol for this.
That is what you showed, Jnani.
So this symbol has been specially created so that you don't mix with Anuswara and other things. It means it is a combination of Jakara and Nyakara.
Okay, so in other words, this symbol is only when Nyakara follows Jakara.
Yes.
Yeah.
As am. Avgatam va?
Thank you, sir. Dhanyavadaha.
Avgatam va?
Sir,
Sorry, what is that word? What is
Shubhamadhyaham.
that word?
Yeah, I'm just typing it.
Avagatam.
Avagatam va?
Avagatam.
Shall
Did
we
you
go
under-
forward? Continue.
No, no.
Did you
Avagatam.
understood? Understood.
Avagatam is understood. Why? I am asking a question. Have you understood?
Am.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, someone was asking something? No? Okay, fine.
If I, Mahodaya, what do I say if I say I did not understand?
Na avgatam.
Na avagatam. Okay.
I told you the na word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just add na, that's all. You don't need to think so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just say avagatam. How do we say the sentence I have understood?
Aham avagatami. Aham avagatami.
Avagatam.
That's okay. So actually, I don't want to put that. You can actually say maya avgatam.
Maya avagatam.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Sorry, Kshamyatam, I'm asking this again. Why did we use a makara here and not
Really sorry. It is not makara. It will be this only. Okay. So this brings to that question of let us talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the point is, by default, whenever the anuswara is at the end of a word, it is makara. Okay. See, now if you remember anuswara rules we have talked about, that anuswara followed by a Vyanjanam gets converted into the Panchama Anunasika
Correct.
Vyanjanam.
Yes.
That is what we have learned.
Correct.
And then today I also said a Vyanjanam followed by Swaraha, sorry, Anuswara followed by a Swaraha. It is Makara sound, so there is a Makara there. Okay.
Correct.
So for example, if I want to write something like this, very often I say am, right? So am, and if I suppose
Yes.
I'm just writing some sentence which may not make sense, but that's okay. If I write am asti, okay, because there is a swara after that, so it will be am only. Okay.
Oh.
Suppose if I say, so in general, that's what this is, because am is a last sound of a word, right? So in general, a last sound of a word is makara only. And the point is, but the point what happens if it gets followed by a Vyanjanam? Am Mahodaya, very often I say that, right? Then this makara has to be converted to a anuswara.
Oh, Mahodaya.
Both are am only, the sound is same.
But the way you depict it is different.
Yes. So that's why as soon as you said why it is makara, then I realized it's a vakara here, it's a Vyanjanam, so it has to be a dot.
Oh.
In fact, when we wrote the word Vyanjanam 5 minutes ago,
Yes.
We wrote with the makara, with vakara at the end, and
Yeah.
not the dot.
Yes, because it was alone.
It was standalone. Okay.
Yeah. So by default, anuswara at the end of a word is makara always makara.
Okay.
The exception is when it is followed by a Vyanjanam.
Okay.
And Mahodaya, you requested me to remember this and remind you later. In the asti, why is the tail from the ti goes, past the sa and not right next to the ti?
Yes, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Vyanjanam. So if you see this is Vyanjanam. Is this correct or not?
Correct.
Yeah.
This is correct.
But by default, that is the way it is.
Correct.
Okay. Now I write.
the
So
makara,
the
makara
dot on the
becomes
top. You have to put dot on the top.
Yeah. Okay. So now you will say
Vyanjanam.
Nam. No.
Ah.
Um,
I hope this is fine now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, if the second word starts with a consonant, it becomes an anuswara. If it starts with a vowel, it becomes the makaram.
I rather remember it other way around. So by default, the anuswara at the end is always a makara.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Exception is when there is a vyanjan followed start of the next word.
Okay.
Because that way you'll remember that if I write it alone,
Correct. Correct.
else, then it is makara only.
Okay. One more small doubt in regard to the same anuswara, if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, Prichatu.
Is the anuswara always makara, or is it also sometimes nakara? Like, I don't know whether, like we say Sanskrit with the, it's, I don't know whether the correct pronunciation is Sanskrit or Sanskrit.
Actually, see, if it is, that's what I said. If it is followed by a swara, we know it is makara.
Correct.
If it is followed by the, what you say, the Vargiya Vyanjanani,
Vargiya Vyanjanani,
then we know it is followed by, it is to be sounded as the Panchamanunasika.
At the fifth alphabet.
And if it is the Avargiya, two sets are there, right? Lava and Sha. In those cases, the sound actually becomes a context based.
Okay.
Okay. We have to figure out how the Anuswara has arrived there. And based on that, we have to, so it may vary. It may not have a single pronunciation.
So
Okay.
it will be Sanskritam, right?
Yeah, the Sanskritam is Sanskritam only. Okay, but for example, Samyukta Akshara, it can be Sanyukta Akshara also. Okay, so for time being, it's okay. If you can pronounce it with Makara, that is fine. Let's not get into more detail, because for that you need to know quite a bit more things to decode that what exactly that sound will be there. So that's why I skipped that for time being. So I hope that is fine.
Mahoday, can you repeat once when makara? I'm just getting it mixed.
Okay. So we are talking about the Anuswara usage. Okay, that's what we are talking about. So Anuswara followed by Vyanjanani, you are correct. You are clear about it, right? In a word, in a single word, we talked about. So if you remember, I will go up. I'll show you. That's what we talked about already. So this was the context. Okay. So like this, Kanthya, then. Okay. So these were the Udharanam. So these are the Anuswara usage in between a word. You remember this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So here we are clear, right? So how the Anuswara gets replaced. And these are something where the Avargya one, so it doesn't get replaced. The Anuswara stays at Anuswara. Okay. Now the point is, this is in between a word. But if it is at the end of a word, then how do we pronounce it? So today we are discussing about if the Anuswara is at the end of a word. Are you clear about this first level?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what I said, when it is at the end level, typically the sound is like whatever we say, it's a makara there. Okay. So for example, if you say, what I'm writing.
Prapancham.
Prashnam. Okay. So this will be like this. But if I change, or let me take another easier word. Okay.
Prashnam Mahodaya.
No. Let Prasna, that is Prasnaha. So Jalam. So we know Jalam, right?
Yeah, but you've not.
Jalam means what? Water. Right. So Jalam, by default, if I write, so as I said, because actually it is like, it is Jalam, right? So, but it is last. So at the end, it will be Makara only. So, and Anuswara at the end is by default Makara. Okay. But now, so if I End means there is nothing after that, or something, or this line is there. This line also indicates end. Okay, nothing is there, or this line means it will be makara only. But now I don't use that. I use another word. Okay.
Jalam asti.
Jalam asti. This is water, right?
Yeah.
But this is also fine, no issues. But then I will say, okay.
Nasti.
Okay. So dadatu. Okay, dadatu means give. So you give me water. Okay. Now the point is, this became a Vyanjanam. So this has to be changed to Jalam. Is that clear?
So it will be the same with Jalam Nasti.
Yes.
Then it will be okay.
Yes, Jalam Nasti.
Jalam Prapti. Jalam Nasti.
Yeah, because it is a Vyanjanam followed in the next word.
Got it. Oh.
Okay. Or if you say Aniyati, that is bring, please bring water. Then what will happen?
Makara.
Is that clear?
Yes. Again, I want to ask, is there any rule book?
Yes, yes. It is there. See, again, we don't want to get into the rule book right now because these are very small things which we want to bring in our daily usage.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not trying to go with a rule book and then apply this rule number, this. Literally in Sanskritam, there is a complete rule book and you can literally apply this is rule number this is rule number this is rule number this. So you applied this and then this and then this and that's how you got it this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there is a total mathematical formulas there which you need to apply and that's how you get these things. Right now what I'm doing is I'm just telling the final result to you.
What's the meaning
this
of
is
the word
more than enough.
What does Anayatu mean?
Bring.
Come again, can you repeat?
Anayatu means bring, no?
Anayatu means bring, yeah. That's okay. Right now, I just wanted to introduce that makara, that's why I used it.
In Marathi, an means bring. Then so I can see how many languages have common.
Yeah, you'll find almost see. That's what I'm telling you. If you are comfortable with your Indian language, right, you'll be very easily picking up words. It's not at all difficult. Okay.
I learned one sentence, like my position, how to translate that in Sanskrit.
Yeah, good.
This weekend.
Good. Yeah. So, any other questions about what all we have covered till now?
Yep.
Okay.
There was a question which earlier
okay, fine.
Mahodaya asked.
Yeah. I forget. So the question was why this ikara came here? Why it didn't come like this? Okay. Why it didn't come like this? Correct. Now the point is what happens. We learned the rule. If this is having halanta, there means it doesn't have any swara after this. Basically, the standing line will go. Right. The standing line will go. So let me actually do one thing. I can't type it. I'll show you by writing. That will clear things better. Yeah. So okay. So are you able to see some whiteboard?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the idea is basically if I write Santi, it would be this. Mahodaya, that is your question, right? Why you don't write it like this?
Yes.
So now the point is what happens, this becomes a floating letter. And the idea is the way we present something, we don't leave anyone floating. We always give, when someone needs a help, we give that support. Okay, that is in our culture. Okay, so we said, okay, wait, I'll bring it with you. So we say, okay, you take the support of the next one. And I'm okay, I will put it this.
So compassionately associating.
Exactly, because he's left alone. He's not even with the swara, you can't even pronounce. So he said, okay, don't worry, you come along with me. So the point is there is so much deep enrooting in there of our culture in these things, how we represent these things.
Very beautiful. Mahodaya, ekaha prashna. So when we say sannidhi, right? If you say sannidhi,
Okay.
It is na plus dhi, right? So in that case, it's taking the support of the na next to it, right? That's sannidhi. Okay, same thing. Okay.
And this also,
Same.
right? This is taking the support of dakara.
Okay.
And actually, in fact, very often we write it like this. We don't it. We just write it.
Double it.
Yeah, like this.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Dhanyavada.
So
It hasn't come. I haven't picked up anything.
So in fact, I'll tell you about mine. Okay, I started learning Sanskrit for a different purpose. Okay, but after my first year of Sanskritam, my purpose got changed. One of the fundamental thing I realized, if you want to know about our culture, we should know Sanskritam. In one line, that's what I can say. What is our culture? It's just, I just gave you example of Santi, right? Well, you will see that things are just imbibed in the way things are expressed, presented, and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mahodaya, what was your purpose?
Still and what was later.
Yeah, that's the class.
The original purpose.
Okay, if you don't want to share, that's okay, Mahoday.
It's okay, it's fine. Basically, see, I am in love of mathematics. Okay, so I heard there is a lot of secrets in Sanskritam in mathematics, which actually people from Europe and other places, they come, they find it, they go publish in their name. I said, like, what is this? We have secrets we don't know, and others are like taking it. So let me figure out what are they. So I started studying Sanskritam from that angle. Okay, and in fact, I also study a lot of Jain philosophy. So in that also a lot of Sanskritam is there. So that, okay, I'll understand better myself. I can see. So that's where I started reading. And then obviously those are there because those loves I don't leave. They are all part of there. But then there is another bigger thing which came into thing. And I started wondering, why didn't I know Sanskritam till date? Okay, fine. So coming to the thing, I want to introduce these two things. Okay, one is lingam, one is vachanam. And now lingam is also represented as a linga also.
Your screen is not shared.
Pardon? Oh, okay, sorry. Kshamyata.
Lingam is gender, right, sir?
Yes. Astu. Are you able to see now?
Yes.
So it is lingam or also called linga. Both are actually acceptable. Okay. And then there is a vachanam. So linga or lingam is basically gender. Okay. And vachanam? Number. Exactly.
Eka prashna, Mahodaya. Is that a dot there between the da and ma? I'm seeing a little dot. Is that by purpose?
This is not a da.
This is
da.
A gird, and I know, but I didn't know how to say it, so I'm saying
Nga.
yeah. Lingam.
Lingam. It is actually dot here, right? It is dot here, but then there is a gakara. So gakara has to be replaced by the panchamakshara of the varga.
Yeah. That's why I was asking. Is that I'm seeing accidentally it's there or it is purposely there? Okay.
It is
It's by purpose. Dhanyavada.
Okay. So gender. So what do you understand by gender?
Masculine or feminine?
Masculine and feminine.
Yeah. So in Sanskritam, yeah. So there is a pullingam.
Napusakalingam.
Okay. Pullingaha or pullingam, both are okay. Pullingam or pullinga is also okay. Both are okay.
Sir, how can the word be both neutral, gender and masculine?
That's possible. Again, there are rules for that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is fine. If you want the pullingam, I can write that. Anything is okay. That doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Okay. Then another thing. Now again, I put a comma, so this became the last part. So I can put pullingam there. And then the next is
another dot, spoon with a
dot.
swara on. Oh, yeah. Pullingam. Yeah. It's
And
pullingam.
And why it is a dot there? Why doesn't it change to something else?
Because it's by its.
No, the one on top of the poo.
Yeah.
It's not Pulingam, it's Pulingam.
Pullingam.
Pullingam. Oh.
Pumlingam.
Pullingam. Yeah.
So
Oh,
1 minute.
I didn't hear the ing.
Mahadev, is there a Anuswara on top of the pu?
Yes, astu.
Yeah,
But
but never, I
Pullingam.
didn't hear it. Yeah.
Pullingam. I use the nakara sound there.
See, that's very confusing. Pullingam.
Okay. So now the point is, why is the Anuswara
Anuswara
remain
is
like?
necessary?
Huh?
Avargiya Vyanjanam.
Because it is followed by lakara.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay. Now, typically, these are the two lingams in English.
Anuswara followed by Lakara, what is the rule?
It will remain as it. It is
There is
our
also
right. Ya varala. Sorry, yarala. And sha sa. There it remains as is, right?
Yeah.
That's what. And so here there is a third one, which is
napusikal.
Napunsakal.
So then what is the pronunciation? Punlinga. Punlinga.
Punlinga.
Pum or pun?
No sound. Punlinga. Okay. So in Sanskrit, we have 3 lingams. Lingani. Okay. So what is number?
Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam.
In general, we have like Ekavachana and Bahuvachana. That's what we typically talk about, right? Ekavachanam is singular. Bahuvachanam is plural.
Okay. So have Dvivachanam.
But in Sanskritam, there is a Dvivachanam also.
What is it? Ekavachanam.
Dvivachanam.
Oh. Dvivachanam.
Mahoday, एक प्रश्न अस्ति.
पृच्छतु.
पुल्लिंगम pa plus u plus am, right?
Astu.
Okay, thank you.
So Dvivachanam is 2, right? Bahuvachanam is multi.
Yeah. So in Sanskritam, Bahuvachanam typically means 3 or more.
Oh, 3 or more. Okay, got it.
Yeah. In English, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam both together are plural. Not even English, I think in all our Indian languages also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Sanskritam, there is a Dvivachanam additional. And again, there is a reason because the Dvivachanam is very common. Okay, compared to other things. It's like when you are in conversation, you are 2. So that's where it actually has gotten this thing. Okay. So this is the basic. So now what I'm trying to tell you is every word in general you see, noun word kind of thing, something object, anything, right? It will be either one of these 3 lingas.
Yeah.
So what's the word for noun?
Sangya.
Sangya. Okay. Oh, say like in Hindi?
Yeah. Okay. So any word. So in general, if you think of, especially nouns and other things, there are other words also typically have lingam. So almost everything has lingam. In Sanskritam, almost every word has lingam. Okay. So it will be either one of these, or at times a word can have 2. Like for example, this was the one.
Yeah, lingam.
Yeah, lingam itself, right? And typically we figure out based on how you write it, what is the gender of it. Okay. So it is not always based on whom, because an object in general may not have a male or female attribute to it, but the word has the attribute. Okay. So we'll see that today. So today we are going to talk about more on Pullingam. That's what I just introduced these basics, and so we can look into more of those. And then the Vachanam, again, object is either 1 or 2 or more kind of thing. So you'll have those kind of things. So today our focus is using Pullingam, Ek Vachanam. Okay. So we'll pick up.
Mahodaya, is lingaha alternate to lingam?
Yeah, you can use any one of them.
Or is there a 2 way of writing that lingam?
Yeah, it is. see, what do you mean by alternate and what do you mean by two-way? Both are same only, right?
No, like can it be written either way, or there is two way of writing it?
It can be written either way.
Either way.
And these are the two ways of writing it.
But the second one, first one we pronounce it as lingam, and second one as lingaha.
Yes. So they're two different words.
Okay, but they mean the same.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Dhanyavada.
Okay. So now I'll show you some objects. So for example, in fact, we did a lot of linga things last when we used the bhavan kaha, bhavan ka.
Yeah.
Right. So one we said one was krishaka, krishika, sanganaka, sanganika. So that was pullinga and strilinga. That's what we did. So like this, I'll show you some more words. Like this is balaka. Right. So this is pullinga. That is okay. We understand. But along with that, I want to introduce you two things. One is saha, one is eshaha. Okay, so these are our two new words. So what is saha? Saha is like that. Or let me put it other way around. So eshaha is this. Saha is that. Okay. So if I want to show this, so this is like, if I use, this is like a balakaha.
Eshaha balaka.
Okay.
Eshaha balakaha.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is this is near, this is far. Okay.
Oh, far. That is and this is far.
So this is esaha balakaha. Saha balakaha. Is that clear or not clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eshaha is close and this and saha is far away. So that.
Yeah.
For pullingam. Pullingam.
No, pullingam.
Pullingam only. Yeah.
So because linga is important in Sanskritam. So this is like this. This is that. Okay. So eshaha balakaha, saha balakaha. Any doubts, any questions in this, or very clear? Clear. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a word and I would like you to tell me what is what kind of thing. Okay. So we'll go number wise. So we already know the numbers. So maybe we can start with Rukmini Mahodaya. Yeah. So this is like a farmer. So krishakaha. So
eshaha krishakaha.
This one?
Saha krishakaha.
Samyak. Okay. So this is Mayuraha. So
next
next one, next person.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah, Baswaraj Mahodaya.
Eshaha mayuraha.
Okay, this is Esha Mayura or this is?
This was the nearer one. The first one, Eshaha mayuraha. Second one, Saha mayuraha.
Samyak. Yeah, next. So this is a cock. Kukutaha. So what is this?
Eshaha kukkata.
This one. You see about
Yeah, there is pointing.
Oh, okay. Saha kukkata.
So I'll do these all random things, okay?
Yeah.
So, Mahodaya, the question, eka prashna. Kukkutaha, right? Not kukkataha. Kukkutaha.
Kukkutaha.
Kukkutaha. Okay. Kukkutaha.
Yeah. So what is this?
Saha kukkutaha.
Yeah. No.
Saha kukkutaha.
Saha kukkuta. This one?
Saha.
Esha kukkutaha.
Eshaha.
Eshaha kukkutaha.
This is a chair. Asandaha. Next one.
Saha asandaha. Eshaha asandaha.
Next. This is Shutaha, bag. Shutaha is bag.
Shutaha.
Yeah,
Saha Sutaha. Eshaha Sutaha.
You need to say based on the selection I do.
Yeah. Follow his cursor.
Okay. Saha Sutaha. Syutaha. Esh. Saha Sutaha.
This is the
Not
near one.
Saha. Yeah.
This is the
Saha.
near one.
Yes, Saha.
Eshaha.
Esha,
Esha.
sorry. Esha, sorry. I got confused. Sorry. Eshaha Sahyutaha.
Yutaha.
Yutaha. Syutaha. Suyutaha.
Syu.
Suyutaha.
Syu.
Suyutaha.
Ukara is dirgha. Syutaha.
Oh, Ukara is Dirgha. Okay. Suyutaha.
Syu.
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 Syutaha.
Samyak.
Saha Syutaha.
Syutaha. Okay, so I know Esa Sa is simple, but that's what I am there to confuse you guys, right? Yeah. So what is this? This is chalk. Board we write Sudha Khandaha.
Yeshah Sudha Kandha. Saha Sudha Khandaha.
Samyak. Next. So this is a glass. Glass is Chashakaha. Who is next?
There's 16 also. 16.
So is he there?
I was 10.
Okay.
Any
11 is
number
there.
after 10?
11 is there.
So I didn't notice. I thought you are following yourself, so that's why I didn't bother. So yeah, please go ahead. If you have missed out, please go
Shweta
ahead.
Mahoday.
Shweta.
I should do Chashaka.
Yeah, Chashakaha.
Saha Chashakaha. Eshaha Chashakaha.
Yeah. So if someone has missed out in middle, some roll number, please speak out.
Me, Mahodaya, Asha.
Richard. This is Deepaha.
Okay. Saha Deepaha. Eshaha Deepaha.
Samya. Okay. Next.
I can answer.
Yeah, Pritchard.
Eshaha Nartakaha. Saha Nartakaha.
Nartaka is a dancer, male dancer. Okay. Yeah. Next.
एषः शिक्षकः सः शिक्षकः
Any other word for Shikshakaha?
अध्यापकः
So that also you can use.
एषः अध्यापकः सः अध्यापकः
Sir, we can use pradhyapaka also.
Yeah, but pradhyapaka, when you say, I think it is not just teacher, it has something else.
College.
Yeah.
Principal.
I think so.
Principal, right? Yeah.
Okay, next.
Pachak.
Pachakaha is a cook.
सः पाचकः 17 ना?
Yeah, you can, if you started, please go ahead.
एषः पाचकः.
Yeah.
सः पाचकः.
Correct. Next.
Vaidyaha.
18, sorry.
Okay.
Which one, sir?
This one.
सः वैद्यः. एषः वैद्यः.
Vaidyaha is a doctor.
Doctor.
In fact, we learned one more word. What was that?
चिकित्सकः.
Yeah, so that also can be used. So Dhivara is the one who rows the boat. Okay. So yeah.
Saha Divaraha. Esha Esha Divaraha.
This is tiger. Next. Vyagraha. Who is next?
Is it my turn again?
No.
No. There are
If it's last, it's me.
we're not going in line actually.
That was Dr. Vandana Thakur who spoke last.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, then it's
28. I am
28. Okay, then must be next. Must be me. So
Okay. So there is a 26.
एषः व्याघ्रः. सः व्याघ्रः.
Vyagraha.
Vyagraha.
Vyagraha. Gra. It is not gra, it is gra.
Graha.
Graha. It's a Mahaprana there. Sukaha is like
28 is over.
Eshaha. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Eshaha Sukaha.
Yeah.
Saha Sukaha.
Yeah. Next.
Eshaha Parvataha. Saha Parvataha.
Next.
Ekah Saha Vanaraha. Eshaha Vanaraha.
So here I am indicating the horse here. Ashwaha.
I presume I'm the last one. Anybody between 31 and 35? I don't think so. Saha Ashwaha. Eshaha Ashwaha.
I think Murlidhar Mahoday did not get a chance.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Shashakaha.
Shashakaha. Yeah. Sa Shashakaha. Saha Shashakaha. Yeshaha Shashakaha.
Yeah. Anyone else left?
This Shashaka or Shashanka?
Shashakaha.
I'm asking the what is it called in Sanskrit? Is it Shashank? Because I've heard Shashanka.
Shashank is the moon, right?
Moon. Shashank is moon.
Shashanka.
So this is here Shashakaha only. Yeah. Anyone else left? Or we have taken all turns?
Shashank means moon, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is an interesting question, right? Many times, a lot of you have such doubts. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So now how do I figure out if I want to, shall I wait for the class or do something? So I'll tell you one interesting website. Okay. So whenever you have such doubts, you can immediately search that. So that website gives you, if you have an English word, you can get the Sanskritam for it. If you have a Sanskrit, you can get an English for it. That would be good, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you a website. I'll just share my screen. I'll show you. Just a minute.
Is the website you're sharing specifically for Sanskritam?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so are you able to see my browser screen or not?
Went off.
No, black screen.
How it went off?
That's what I have to figure out, which is the browser screen. Okay, I found it. Yeah. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the website is basically learn Sanskrit.cc. Okay. Learn Sanskrit.cc. In fact, I'll post it in my document, so don't worry about it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the website. Okay, and this opens up just like this. And here is a tab. You can just type it, whatever you want. Okay, you can type it in English or you can type in using the Devanagari script also. Okay, so yeah, what was your word? Someone asked me, what was the word?
Shashank.
Sashanka. So I'll use the Devanagari script. Actually, it becomes very easy to type. Otherwise, you'll have to know which English letter corresponds to that. So I'll write Shashanka, right? This is what you are meaning, right? Shashanka?
Yeah.
And do you see the things popping up here?
Yeah.
So when you type, it keeps on bringing out the whole list.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So now you want this, you click on this.
Yeah.
And then you get this.
The moon.
Okay.
Shashanka.
And now,
Wow.
if you see, there is this also. Okay. So Shashanka doesn't mean hair, but if it is marked like hair or something like that, so then Shashanka can be used actually.
So it's the context in which we are using this term that the meaning is
Yes,
determined.
it is not hair. It is not just the hair. It is hair marked. Please understand.
Hair marked.
So if you want hair only, it is Shashaka only. Now, okay, you have a doubt. Let me figure out here. So I'll type in here. Okay, fine. You got it here. Shashaka.
They don't have the halanta. I mean, they don't have the.
Now that's what I'll come to. So the point is you have to understand. Here they put something here also.
Oh, masculine. Ah, so you put the
halanta.
The
sorry, not
visarga.
Visarga. Exactly.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so that's how you have to see. This website, the way you use is some basic Sanskritam. If you have, you get the word, you figure out what linga it is,
and then put the ending. Okay.
This is very nice, Mahoday. I used to use Google Translate for all languages, but it doesn't give this kind of detail there. Very nice.
And it is specially meant for Sanskritam only.
Yeah. Dhanyavada.
Okay, so try to use it. And in fact, your assignments coming soon will need this website. Okay.
What's for harebrained? Harebrained, because sometimes I'm that.
But that's HAIR and not HARE.
No, HARE, harebrained.
Because their brains
I'll find out. Yeah, I'll find out.
You find out.
I'll find out using the website. Yeah. It's a good word to use against people you don't like very much.
then the website may not tell you.
No, somebody you're close to.
Yeah, correct. Just kidding. Just kidding. So the point is, for example, your homework might be like that. Some words are given to you. So you need to figure out which linga it is. And then basically you have to figure out the breakup of it. Then what is the meaning of it? Those kind of things. So this site will be very useful for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other questions? Any other doubts? Fine. So maybe we want to do some more words, or how do we? Actually, I have some.
Cover the other part, feminine, the sa. And,
okay. So you want me to pick up that also? This you are clear, very clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe I can tell you that.
Sa maybe sa. Sa.
Isha, sa.
So in any case, what would be the feminine?
Isha and sa.
Sa.
Yeah. There you go.
Screen not visible.
We are not seeing your
screen.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Sorry. Shamyatam. Yeah.
Sa. Okay.
And now, so maybe we want to go around with this, and you can use and convert the tense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So yeah, we'll start with. Let's start with the. No, I think one only is fine, because reverse.
So maybe we should tell our number this time before reading Mahodaya.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. So we'll start with Rukmini Mahodaya.
So how do we put the thing in order in? I mean, I see random numbers in my screen.
I think we have to follow some rules saying everyone use 2 digits, 01, 02, 03, and don't use any underscore. That will, I think, disrupt the sequence.
No, I don't think underscore is creating a problem. Actually, if you click on the participants list, it's in sequence only.
Oh, really?
Sometimes space also makes a difference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, actually, Mahodaya, it's all in random for me.
Yeah, for me also it's random. I think whoever came in first, second,
Oh.
And I have to
like someone said, maybe we are not following the systematic numbering.
Yeah, how to do that? That's another.
It is random.
No, but I see typically people have followed the numbering.
Yeah, we have the
No,
number.
some people put dash, some people put the dot, some people put underscore.
And when we unmute and we speak, the unmuted numbers go higher.
Okay.
The muted remain down. So when everyone is muted, then we are able to see the entire list. So
Oh.
whoever is speaking goes higher on the list actually.
Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, you're correct. So actually, you see, the dot, comma, that is not making a difference. That number you have given is fine, but again, because the mute, unmute thing is making a difference. So typically we can do one thing. By default, all of us can keep muted. And then when we are about to speak, no, then we can unmute. And again, see, one round, what happens, no, that is what I expect. Typically, you just figure out, no, every one of you, then it becomes easy that who is before me, who is after me, or at least who is before me.
Correct.
For me, it's easy. I'm the last. So.
So if you are able to just figure out who is before you, you can see the whole screen and which is the roll number just before you, and then you are well enough, right?
I think it's Mr. Shankar Mahod.
Yeah, that should just work out. So just look out before I share my screen. Just figure out, no, who is just before your number.
I think it's unmute and also video. If you block the video, that also changes, I think.
Yeah, it does change.
There are two combinations.
Yes. So yeah, fine. We can't control too many things, but let's follow some order in that. Or if you want, what I can do is in the beginning, I can do a roll call attendance. I can do, so you know who all is there.
No,
No,
like
we can
I think,
see. We
as
can
you
see their
said,
name.
because this list remains permanent. If we know who comes prior to us, like, you know, if I'm number 10, then know that number 9 is Muralidhar Mahoday. So we know, like, you know,
that is what
just
the
kind
whole
of
idea
pair
of
up kind of
that is
thing.
what
Yeah.
the whole idea of giving a roll number was. So you know who is before you, kind of.
Correct.
Okay.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, I think let's start. I think today, I think you will figure out. Next time, I'll maybe do a roll call before we go forward. Yeah, so
Mama Nama Rukmini, roll number 1.
Okay.
So, are you sharing your screen,
Yeah,
sir?
I'll share my screen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you just convert the genders, okay, and then you tell. So we'll yeah.
Okay. Esha Balika. Esha Balika. Sorry. Esha Balika. Balika, right? Balika.
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 So you want me to write it?
Esha Balika.
That's okay. I think you can figure out.
Sa Balika, Esha Balika.
Yeah, so this is Esha Balika, this is Sa Balika. Yeah. Next.
It is who's number 3 or 4?
4. Basuraj.
Number 4, it's me. Sa Krushikaha.
No, it will be Krishika.
Krushika. Sa Krushika.
So it will be, if you want.
Sa Krushika. That is.
So this is what? Sa or Esha?
Esha. Esha Krushika.
Yes. Next.
5. Esha Mayuri. Esha Mayuri. Sa Mayuri.
Yeah.
They're not Mayura then?
No, it is not Mayura. It is Mayuri.
Okay.
Okay. So typically Akaranta or Ikaranta, they are still depending on, there are again rules are there. Because of that, it gets converted in one form or the other. Okay. So again, you will see in our usage, right? You will realize this sounds more better. Krishika is okay. Mayura is not, doesn't sound good. Mayuri sounds good.
Mayuri is a girl's name too, so yeah, it is.
Exactly. So that's how you'll figure out that which sounds better. So I'm not going into rules right now. I'm just telling from our usages we can figure out. Yeah. So next. Who's next?
Somebody just texted they left.
Yeah,
Next is number 8.
8.
Oh, they are feeling sick, they said so.
Padmaseni Mahoday, number 8.
I'm there.
Okay.
I'm there.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, which one?
This one.
Esha Kukuta.
So Strilinga.
Yes. Strilinga is Esha Kukuta.
Kukuti.
And
It will
Kukuti,
become.
okay. Kukuti, okay. Esha Kukuti. Saha Kukuti.
Sa. It is not
Sa Kukuti. Sa Kukuti. So, Esha Kukuti. Sa Kukuti.
Yeah. This now wouldn't have Strilinga.
Yeah.
So we'll skip this. Okay. This also wouldn't have. These also wouldn't have. So these typically words this would have. Next.
Okay. 09. Muralitara.
Yeah.
Esha. Esha.
Yeah. What is the Strilinga word for this first?
Nartaki.
Nartaki.
Yeah, exactly.
Nartaki. Esha. Saha Nartaki.
It is not Saha. It is
Sa.
Sa. Esha or Sa?
Yes. Sa Nartaki.
This one?
Esha Nartaki.
Esha Nartaki. Sa Nartaki.
Sa Nartaki.
Okay. Next one.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Shikshika, Esha Shikshika.
Yeah.
Sa Shikshika.
Yeah. Again, actually, we are doing a wrong thing. The picture is not Shikshika. So, but we understand. I hope you do.
So whenever there is a striling, we will use sa instead of saha, is it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we talked about. That female, we go with Esha and Sha, Sa, and male, it is Saha, Esha.
Mahoday, can it be Shikshaki?
Pardon? No, it will be Shikshika.
Shikshika, Shikshiki. Okay.
So it will be, if I write it, it will be Shikshika.
Okay.
Yeah, next. Who is next?
Shweta Mahoday, next, I think, 11.
Yeah. Esha Pachaki.
Pachika.
Pachika. Esha Pachika. Sa Pachika.
Yes. And again, if you do a lot of words, no, you will figure out a pattern. Okay. Right now, I'm not telling you the pattern. You should go back and look into it. What pattern is this evolving? Okay. Yeah. Next.
Esha Vaidya.
Yes. Samyak.
Sa Vaidya.
Yeah. Next.
Esha Dhivari.
Samyak. Bahu Samyak.
Sa Dhivari.
Yes. Next.
Esha Vyagri.
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 Gri.
Gri.
Dirgha ikara.
Yeah, Gri. Gri.
Yeah. This. Next.
Sa Vyagri.
Next.
Was Dr. Vandana who spoke last?
No, sir.
Okay.
What's your number, please?
28.
My number is 20. Okay, now I have to speak.
Yeah.
Esha Shuki.
Okay. Suki or Suka. Yeah, that I'll check. So we'll use that dictionary and we'll check it out. Okay. I also have a doubt there. Let me just check it out. Yeah, it is Shuki. Are you able to see my screen?
No.
Oh, okay. I was sharing that only, right? So actually, I just went to that website, which I told you. I typed it. I'll just share the screen. I know we are already past 8, but anyway, just let me show it. So we should be fine with that. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
So what I did, I typed it Sukha, and then I had a doubt Sukha or Suki. So I just typed Suki, and then it actually said, okay, there is something like this. And then I clicked on it. And then it was not here. Here, okay, female parrot. right? So that's how. So you can figure out yourself also many things. Yeah. So I think one more person is left, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll just finish that. Yeah. So Parvata, again, I don't think you can do that. Yeah, this we can do.
Vanara.
Esha Vanari.
Vanari.
Yeah.
Esha Vanari. Saha
Esha
Vanari.
Vanari, Sa Vanari.
Yeah. So anyone else left, or we are done all?
Ashwi.
Ashwi, again, we have to figure out. I don't remember. Ashwi or Aswa. Looks like Ashwi only.
Ashwi.
Ashwi.
Yeah.
Ashwi.
Maybe Ashwi only.
Esha Ashwi, Sa Ashwi.
Ashwi.
Yeah. Next.
Esha Shashaki. Sa Shashaki.
Shashaki.
Hmm.
Esha Kapoti and Sa Kapoti.
Yes. Kapoti or Kapota? Kapoti sounds better, right? Yeah.
Kapoti.
Yeah.
Pigeon, right? Kapoti.
Yeah. Pigeon, yes. What about this? Next.
Which number?
Gaja.
Gaja, I guess.
Gaji.
Gajini.
Has everyone spoken?
No, Mahodaya. Mahodaya, what is the register number? I think 21, right?
I'm 20.
Esha Gajini.
No, Gaja.
Gajini, no? Gaji.
Trilingi.
Is Gaja.
Gaja. Esha Gaja, Sa Gaja.
Yeah.
Bidali.
Anyone left?
Esha Bidali. Sa Bidali.
Bidali. I think Bidala. Bidali sounds better. Again, the point is, if you have doubt, no, you know the place where to figure it out.
Sir, we don't have to put aha behind Striling.
Yeah, Visarga, we don't put aha. Okay, actually it is not Strilinga. Actually, it is more with the matra which you are ending with. Okay, typically if you see, Strilinga words are ending with akara or ikara. Right?
Yeah.
And Pullinga were all ending with akara. So akara endings, letters we are putting a visarga, ikara and akara, dirghakara, we are not putting visarga. Okay.
Mahodaya.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I take a prashna. Gaja was Gaji then in female when we said Esha Gaji?
No, Gaja.
Gaja. Okay. Gajaha Gaja. Okay.
Sir, in Lakshmi, we are doing the splitting word. Lakshmi hi, you have put Lakshmi hi.
Yes. So
Anuswara
there are some other rules which come into picture there. So don't worry. See, overall, you look at the overall pattern. Now there are some special cases because of some other things coming into picture there. So
Exceptions.
Let's
right?
not bother too much about that.
Okay.
I am also okay. If you do little mistake here, then that's fine. Don't worry about that. But you first notice the overall pattern. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you are able to get the overall pattern, then adding the special cases is very easy. That's not a big deal. But first you should understand the overall pattern there. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else?
Mahodaya, na vadami.
Yeah. Vadatu.
Vruddha Mahodaya. Vruddha. Vruddha. Esha Vruddha. Sa Vruddha.
Samyak. Yeah. Anyone else?
Mahodaya, Esha, Eshaha. Is it particular word to specify striling and pulling or?
Yes. So if you are using a pullinga word, then you use eshaha. If it is a strilinga, then you use a esha.
Okay. There is no, I mean, is there some grammatical rule behind saying eshaha is for pullinga and esha is for strilinga?
Yes.
Esha Sita.
Esha Sita, Eshaha Ramaha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we done with everyone?
34.
Oh, okay. Fine. So if only one, then let me take this.
Oh, Chitrapat.
Chitrapat.
Patanga.
Patanga. Patanga. Esha Chitrapatanga. Sa Chitrapatanga.
Yes, Samyak. Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. So,
I like that.
yeah, can you do the closing prayers?
Oh, I did the starting also. Is it okay?
Yeah, today your day.
Today's my day. Okay. Let me see where the closing prayers. 1 second. I have to look the paper before.
We
I
have
don't have.
homework also to turn in, right, next week. An assignment is due.
Yeah, I think the homework is
second.
uploaded. Yeah, already uploaded. So you can put it there.
Oh, I'm not finding my prayer. Why? How come? Oh, I got all my papers mixed up, I think. Sorry for that. One second.
Yeah, okay. Anjali Modi, I want to say it. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. Dhanyavada.
No, was it Anjali Modi or anyone
Sir,
else?
I am Vandana.
Okay. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Sarve
Sarve
bhavantu sukhinaः
Sarve
santu
Santu Niramayah Sarve
bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkha bhavet.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
धन्यवादः
Dhanyavadah. Punaha milamah.